who gets on your damn nerves?
Who gets under the skin?
There's a there's like I feel like a bully because
It's all
but
right.
the
There's no bully free zone here. You can just go for it.
What up, everybody? It's the after show, but later it's your boy D. That's me, the homie El Kakui, and we are joined today by a very special guest. She's a friend of Covino and Rich. She's a friend of the after show, but later. You might know her on the in-show chat on social media as funkym0nky. How are you doing? How's everything
pretty
going?
good.
Everything
Good.
going good? How I want to know both of you guys real quick. How did you feel this week with Covino and Rich being not so present, as we've been used to for the last however many years?
Quite honestly, I liked it only because I'm following the Johnny Depp trial, so that freed up some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Okakui? How'd you feel about it?
Shit. I've been having to catch a lot of replays lately just because of my work schedule. So I don't think I missed it. Obviously, I missed it. But I do want to hear that damn J-Rock and Tudmaster part 2.
I have some comments on that shit real quick, or not real quick, but I do have my opinion on that. And it may not be what people are thinking because, yeah. But anyway, I missed it, but at the same time, this has been the busiest I've ever been at my job. And it really was nice because I like to interact on the in-show chat. I like to fucking bullshit with them. I like to really pay attention to what's going on. And this week in particular was not fucking good for that. So it was nice that if I had a fucking run out for a meeting real quick, or my friend's kid stopped by this week and she needed help with shit, so I didn't have to be like fucking.
Fuck, how old's your friend?
She's her kid's 19, so she's not too old.
Too many she's. I was listening to your last episode. She. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay. Listen, the friend that stopped by, her kid is my girl, one of her best friends. So that's why it wasn't like it was just my random friend. Yeah. So my my friend.
You should hear the stuff we cut out when he's not calling people horse.
So my friend stopped by with her kid and we fucking helped them out. So it was actually a cool week for them to be off because it really gave me some time to focus on shit that I really needed to, the shit that pays the bills, right? So yeah, I
was happy to see Covino go to, you know what? I think that's what it was. I mean, I can always use some CNR content, and I could always use some behind the velvet rope. You know what I mean? Some little tier 2, little tier 2.5. Yeah. But I'm just glad that him and Jordan got to go to Tulum or Cancun or wherever the hell they went to.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that they actually did it. And because you know what? Honestly, Doug, like when they fucking try to do this shit and, do their shit on location, it's always a shit show. Like if Rich, when he was in Mexico and he tried to do it, he was like, he had to stay by the lobby because when he got too far, he started cutting out. And then Spot's over there in the background trying to fucking get everything together. And then you see Rich's screen glitching and Spot's over here freaking out. Then he gets mad at Covino. And then so it's kind of like, honestly, Doug, just fucking take a few days. And if people are going to bitch,
he deserves it. They deserve it, bro. They deserve a week off. You know, most people get 2 to 3 weeks off a year. They don't ever take that. They deserve the time off.
They're working fucking Sundays. They're working most Fridays. I mean, when the fuck are these dudes going to be off,
And I did miss their content. I'll be honest. I mean, I don't get to listen to it live too often anymore, but I think they just need the day off. They need the week off, recharge your batteries, come back with a good show.
Yeah, they're going to have brand new content, right? So it's going to be cool because Covino wasn't there for the J-Rock and Tommy shit. Right. And, like Rich did some shit where he was like pruning his fucking bushes and shit.
I bet he was.
Spot was.
The ones outside or downstairs?
Probably both.
And probably both.
Well,
he's probably using Sarah's razor.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was that. And Spot did a couple of things. He showed us how he was producing Kid Kelly. So that was cool, man. I thought it was cool.
This thing with Kristen, that was cool.
Yeah, they're fucking baking their cupcakes and shit.
Baking
so that
cakes.
was pretty dope. All right, Funky, I have a question. So we got the funkym0nky here. I want to know because you've been listening, a lot shorter. You're a lot more recent listener than Covino. That's not Covino. That's El Kakui. Than El Kakui and I. I want to know because I know you listened to them right before they left Sirius. If I remember correctly. So how did you find them? Were you switching through your fucking Sirius dial? Were you what was it?
And I gotta add on question to that. And what got you hooked?
It was Covino. So he's
I knew
on
it.
because he's on Turbo, and I had a route. I was driving a route for my job, and so I was in the car all day, and I remembered Octane, but then the newer songs that they play, I'm not really jiving with them. So I went to Turbo, where Covino is, and he's always talking about the show. And he mentioned you guys too. So I was like, okay.
My dog.
So first I got to get to Covino and Rich. And then I got there, stayed there. And then he kept mentioning AfterShowBL later. I'm like, what is this? And then Carl's, I'm like, what the fuck is all this stuff he's talking about? I got to do some research.
He knows my husband?
Yeah, like what? So Covino did. He's always talking about the show on his channels. So he brought me, and I like the content and everything. I was actually listening to HS, and you know, it was getting boring. It's like the same content. So
does that stand for horse shit?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now it does.
Yep. So yeah, I stayed here, and it was actually just before the Billy Corgan interview they did on Sirius, because I got Covino to ask about the Gerard Way rumor.
And that was your question?
Yeah, that was mine.
That's awesome.
I was like, and he side messaged me. He's like, hey, I asked your question on the air. I was like, I heard it. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? He's talking to me.
Yeah,
Covino.
Isn't that the coolest shit? Talk about the most interactive shit.
That's how you get fans.
To where you could fuck it
like friends now, right? You're not even a fan no more. You're a friend of the show.
You know what? I'm a friend of the show, but when it comes time for me to like shake his hand or something, say hi to him, I'm gonna be starstruck. I'm not gonna lie.
You won't. Because he's humble as shit. He's humble as shit. I know and you might, but I don't think you will, because he's so humble. He's just another dude. You're just gonna finally see him face to face.
Yeah.
He's a talented dude, obviously, right?
I hope that's how I'll be, because I'll look like a fucking idiot.
He's a humble dude, because he doesn't, because back when we had a hip hop label back in the day, like Yuckmouth from the Loonies, he had like an image and an ego he thought he was trying to uphold. So he wanted you to feel like he was a star. Like he demanded, nice hotels and flights, and like it's just what he did. But like Mac Dre wasn't. He was humble. You know what I mean? He was just like, and that's kind of like even me at work. That's kind of like my leadership style. Like, hey, I'm no better than this person or that person or this person. We just got a job to do. And I think Covino's like that in real life. You know what I mean? Like he could be cocky. He's been around fucking everybody, right? But he no, when you meet him, he's gonna be thanking you and nice to meet you, because he's that kind of dude.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I met him, and my sister and my fucking homie Luis can fucking back this. I was hella fucking starstruck. I'll be honest. I had been listening to them for 3 years when I fucking met them, and I was like, what happened was I got there like maybe 2 minutes before they went live on the air, and so I got to the place. It was cold beer and burgers or some bullshit. I don't know, somewhere in Scottsdale. And I got there, and I'm like, first of all, it was so fucking cool, because when I walked in, Covino looked at me, and I was like, there's Covino from the fucking radio, like that's like, he was the first one I saw. And then he's like, well, actually, was he the first one or Spot? Because I saw Spot in the restroom for the first time.
Sure wasn't Rich's head?
Well, okay, so when Covino seen me, he goes, there he is. And I was like, this is like so fucking surreal. Like I was like on cloud fucking 13, And he was like, how's it going, bro? And he comes and gives me a fucking bro hug and shit. Mm-hmm. And then Rich just, he shakes your hand, says what's up, whatever. They were both like really fucking cool. And they're like, all right, well, we're gonna go on the air right now, whatever. I don't remember if it was before or after, but I had walked in the restroom and I met eyes with Spot, and I was like, "There's fucking
met eyes."
Was he holding his ding ding when he met eyes with you?
No, he had just listen. I walked into the restroom, and
did you see the shadow of the hog?
He was right about to go in. He was right about to go into the stall. He was about to take a shit. So he looks, and he just fucking closes the stall door, and I was like, so before I even talked to Spot, he went to go take a shit.
Oh, that's great.
But it was so fucking cool. They were the coolest fucking dudes.
That was pre Spoga though, right?
And that was pre Spoga, and that was fucking the whole show. The whole time they were recording,
Spot was taking shit.
I couldn't fucking Doug. I was fucking standing up like off to the side, like I couldn't fucking believe I was there, Doug. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" I was like, they're fucking right fucking there. Like I could fucking touch them. What the fuck? This is crazy. And then it was just so fucking cool because, you know, they recorded their shit. We had a couple of shots with them on the air. I remember we had them take Sailor Jerry's a couple of shots. They said it was the grossest shit they ever had.
Sounds gross.
So we were like, we wanted to put a little fuzz on their kiwis, and that I think that actually did it. And then afterward, when the show was over, they fucking stayed and drank with everybody and played a trivia game, and fucking it was just the coolest shit. And like Rich was so fucking cool. Like as much as we bag on him, like he walked up to my sister.
He is cool.
And like he walked up to my sister and he was like, Jalissa, he's like, let's take some selfies. And like he grabbed her phone and like they were taking selfies and shit together. And I was like, cool. Oh, that's fucking cool. I was like, dope. I was like, you know what? That's a homie right there. And it was just fucking cool. And so just to jump on everything we started this with, I was hella fucking starstruck. So, you know, I met them a couple of times since then and like in their studio or whatever, but that was the very first time. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, shut the fuck up. It was like fucking Brad Pitt was right there. Like to me, they were the biggest fucking stars in the world because I was so fucking invested in their show. So
yeah, when I first met Covino too, he was, and Rich and Spot were hella cool. Spot came and got us. I think we went to like, I don't know if this is the first or the second time, but we went to the studios in downtown LA and like everyone was there. It was hella cool. So Spot got us. They ended up giving us like a case of Red Bull. They gave us like these little switchblade butterfly comb knives and shit. And I remember when Covino, he goes, Kukui, rah! And then he fucking did that shit, right? And it just, again, humble because, you know, I don't know. You would think that they would be stuck up or whatnot, but it's the complete opposite. They're even more humble off the air, I think.
No, and it was cool as fuck because I remember one of the last times when I went with my homie Johnny, he was like, Covino was like telling us, Doug, he was talking to us like we were fucking like just friends of his. He was like, yeah, you know, he was like, I got to go get Melody and I'm gonna take her to the peanut or the pumpkin patch tonight. And, you know, this and this and fucking just bullshitting like we were like friends of his. And I was like, that is so fucking cool. Like, and they just, I don't know, they just without even trying, they make you feel really like important. Like you're fucking somebody when you're nobody. Like, it was before me and Johnny. Well, no,
we're all somebody. They just don't have to give a shit.
Yeah, well, see, it was before me and Johnny had even recorded one episode of the after show, but later. But we had talked about it. And then when we got to the studio, Covino looked at us and he was like, hey, are those the hosts of the after show, but later? We hadn't recorded one fucking show. I'm like, how fucking cool is that? We just mentioned it on like the Carl's page. We were like, hey, would people be interested in, you know, checking out an after show? And we were kind of throwing it out there. Yeah. And so we're like, oh, you know, we might call it this, we might whatever. And so Covino said that, and we were like, it was just fucking.
It's a done deal at that point.
And then we walked in one time with Rich, and Rich like looked at the security and the chick sitting like the secretaries. He's like, oh, they're with us. And I was like, that's right, bitch. I'm with him. You know, I'm somebody. I felt like fucking the dude in Half Baked, where Seabass is like, leave him alone. He's my bitch. And he's like, hey, I'm somebody's bitch. That's how I felt like, you know?
It's better than feeling like Ezel in fucking Friday, I'll tell you that much.
He's like, my neck, my back, my neck and my back.
Smokey, you taking a shit?
He's like,
I didn't know no better. I think Toki was taking a shit out there.
He's like, don't you tell nobody.
I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Yeah, he's like, everybody, Smokey's back here taking a shit. He's like, I told you not to tell anybody. He's like, I won't tell nobody else. Oh fuck!
Hey, man. I got to get into some meat and potatoes and you know what? I got a question for
meat
Funky
and
Monkey.
Potatoes, Doug.
Yeah,
Is
fuck that.
Your gay club that you're fucking starting?
No, we're getting rid of the appetizers. We're gonna cut the bullshit. I got to get into some Covino Rich.
All right, come on.
The pool guy got a peek at Sarah's titties in the shower and her cheeks. They said, you guys heard that?
I did hear that, but I actually I thought it was a different conversation. That I wrote down pool guy, but I was thinking about something else because they had mentioned.
But then you're gonna call me my gay club. What pool guy you talking about?
Well, they had mentioned how did the pool guys get the reputation? Oh fuck! They said how did the pool guys get the reputation of like banging
I'm
chicks.
over here muting myself so I'm not burping because I'm the fucking one.
Fucking hey, people burp, all right? Just be happy I'm not ripping ass right here.
Well, we know you do, bro, because we just heard you 5 seconds ago.
I could have. I was mid sentence. How was I supposed to mute this shit mid sentence?
Oh.
I think I can. Let me see.
No.
All right, I muted it. Okay, see, cool. That'll work. I have a mute button. I have a cough button. Look at. So you guys didn't hear that, right? All right, but the pool guy seeing Sarah, I don't know. Tell me, Kukui, you brought it up. How do you feel about it?
I think it's hip hip Jorge. Rich better watch his ass, bro, because the dude's name was Jorge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it Jorge? And I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing. I mean, I don't think Sarah would cheat on Rich, and I'm not trying to imply that by any.
Whoa, you went from fucking the pool guy seeing her to I don't think she would cheat on Rich.
I don't think she would. I'm just saying it's probably not good if he's constantly seeing her cheeks.
I didn't hear that story.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
Well, Rich, okay, or Kukui, you want to go ahead and tell it?
Long story short, I guess Sarah, they got a window that doesn't have a blind or something in it. And I guess she was showering, and there's a possibility that the pool guy saw cheeks and chi-chis.
That's kind of touchy. Like, I know that a lot of houses, they don't have blinds in the master bathrooms. I don't know why, but they sell
for that reason right there.
windows.
We just told you the reason.
Yeah, I mean,
they're sponsored by the pool guy union.
The gardeners and the pool guys are already, they have shitty ass manual labor, right? They're getting paid probably shit, which is, I'm sure they get paid okay, but they could be getting paid way more. I'm sure of it. Why not give them a fucking little incentive here and there? So shout out to all the fucking builders of America who fucking decided not to put fucking blinds in the fucking master bathroom.
I guess until he starts pulling out his camera and touching himself, that, you know.
And even if he busts a fucking Joe Goldberg, I mean, whatever. Let him.
Yeah, it's rough. I think if I was Rich, though, the proper thing would probably to get at least a shade.
All right, Funky Monkey, I had a quick question real quick. Have you ever seen fucking Workaholics? No. Okay, never mind. Then you
I might have. I'm not sure. That's the one with the bushy hair guy, right?
All right, who the fuck am I doing this show with, dog? Kukui's never fucking heard of it. You say I think it's the bushy hair guy. One day, me and Luis are gonna have a show where we just talk about Workaholics.
Not names, so.
But no, it just reminded me because fucking there's an episode where you said it's rough or something, and then somebody mentioned something about touching himself and all this. There's an episode of Workaholics where there's some new chick that starts, right? And she's like fucking like so bad. I don't remember if she was bad or not, but in their eyes, she was bad. That was the whole point of the story. Okay. And so they can't fucking help it. So they're like, hey, fuck it. They're like, let's all go out into, because they all have one car that they share. So they all go out into the car and they fucking relieve themselves, right?
The dudes?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
So they fucking
where are they based out of?
They try
Canada?
They try to set up like little barriers and shit between them.
And then they like, jerked off?
So they're like, wait, you're a dry guy? He's like,
bro.
Yeah. He's like, what do you mean? And then he's like, you know, most serial killers are dry guys. So they start fucking talking about that shit, Doug. It is the funniest fucking shit ever.
God. My husband probably knows about that. Mr.
Most serial killers.
Being a dry guy or the TV show?
The TV show. I don't know a dry guy.
I used to be a dry guy back in the day.
Most serial killers are dry guys. So that's what you got. Well,
hey, fucking, what about, did you guys catch Rich bragging about being friends with people from the show?
No, I must have missed that.
I think he pointed out that he was friends with the listener and like, you know, sometimes they say that, well, they became a really good friend. Yeah. But I felt like he was just overemphasizing it.
Well, you know what? Rich is this is why I know fucking I'll never be like friends with Rich, because Rich only fucking, and I'm not saying like I'm fucking like Shrek or nothing, but Rich only fucking will be like friends with people of the show that are like fucking Handsome Gabe and fucking, you know, Narzan and people that are like fucking like more handsome in the fucking like Drew Mack and
the shit, super handsome dude crew.
Yeah, the super handsome dude bro crew. So I know that me and Rich, I mean, even if I get all buff and shit, I mean, there's only so much I can do to my fucking face with muscles, right? But they're like, you know, even if fucking like I just know me and fucking I feel like me and Cavino are pretty tight. I feel like me and fucking Spot have our little ship here and there, you know. I'll never have that with Rich, you know, besides him like thumbs upping my shit. Like, thanks, buddy.
But why does he have to fucking point it out? And not only that, did you hear him calling out Cavino because Cavino said he'd be down to have a drink with John Bastow?
I do remember that conversation, but why was Rich so opposed to it?
He just thought Cavino was full of shit, so he was talking shit.
I would say he probably was full of shit because think about it, not even because it was John Bastow. I'm just thinking, dog, when it comes down to it, like, honestly, even people I like, it's hard to get a fucking, you know, time to have a beer with them.
No,
like,
that's true.
You know, like, think about it, Doug. Like, one of my best friends, his name's Ralph. He's actually my homie Luis's cousin. We're like, Doug, we need to get a fucking beer. We're like, yeah, you know, Doug, we said that shit for like 6 months before we actually did it. So, like, and that's somebody. So, if there was somebody who I used to be friends with through work and shit, like, I would probably tell him, yeah, let's fucking get a drink, knowing damn well there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna get a fucking drink with them.
Funky Monkey. So if me and Daniel showed up and we were just like, we gave you 24 hours, we gave you 24 hours notice, would you not get your husband? His name's Bill, right?
No, who the fuck is Bill?
Carl.
Where the fuck did you get Bill from?
I don't know, bro. What the fuck? I'm not perfect. I don't have this shit written down.
It wasn't even like you said Craig. Or fucking right.
Come on.
No, you were so fucking yeah. No. It's like you were like, hey, I got an exotic pet, right? I have a fucking monkey. And then later you're like, oh man, tell me about your fucking zebra. Like, what the fuck? How could you be more fucking off than fucking no disrespect, but carry on.
Are you done, bro, or what?
Yeah, I'm done.
But if we had gave you 24 to 48 hours notice and it was a weekend and you weren't doing nothing and we said, hey, bring your husband. You don't got to stay for more than 30 minutes. We're just going to fucking hang out, take a shot, have a beer. Boom. We ain't got a whole lot of time anyways. You couldn't do that?
She could, Doug, but look,
I asked her.
I could do that. I'm an introvert and it's really 50-50. Like, I could go and enjoy it and be like, I need to go do this more. That wasn't so bad. But I'm such an introvert and I have social anxiety that I could be like, I don't know, 30 minutes is a long time. What if I get bored at 10 minutes and then I'm stuck there? You know, so it's a 50-50 shot. I could show up, I could not show up, but you know.
Hey, it's 50-50. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's why
probably 50-50 for Cavino too.
Like, for example, with Preston, I don't know if you've seen her in the chats and stuff. Like, we connect like crazy. We are so similar, and I could hang out with her and we'd probably be besties forever. But honestly, I'm such an introvert, I might not
50-50
hang out with her. 50-50.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm an introvert.
I'm probably 50-50.
I have social anxiety. I don't know. I just
I do a little bit. I'm the same way. I probably get all fucked up first. Like, that's when I pregame a little bit. Like, I'll get a little buzz at home, drink 3 or 4 real quick, and then I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah, just you know, get it started.
Yeah. All right. Well.
I did that on Friday. I actually went and hung out with friends at this local little bar over here in Lompoc, Jasper's, and I think I had 3 or 4 Coronas before we started over there, and then I had like 12 or 13 and got all fucked up. But
yeah, well, I would probably do that just because I'm a cheap ass, and I'd be like, "Listen, motherfucker, I'm gonna give me a buzz at home."
It's only $5 a beer there, though. That thing is they only charge $5 a Corona.
$5 at your fucking pad, you can have like 4 beers for that fucking $5 at your own house.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be there drinking for 4 hours, you know, you might as well drink some beer.
Well, I'm going to anyway, but I'm just saying, dog, I gotta fucking loosen myself up a little bit before I go out, because then when I go out,
take an enema.
Fuck about my wallet.
Get an enema first, bro. Like, I don't know.
It's like fucking Seinfeld says, right? He says when you're fucking out and you're to eat, you're fucking hungry. Yes. Fucking prices don't mean shit, right? You're fucking hungry. Give me anything, bring it all, until you get your fucking bill. Then you're like, oh fuck, everybody's looking at it like, did I order that? That's how it is with fucking going out and spending money and shit, right? If you go out, you're like, man, like you're gonna go out, you're gonna have a good time. But if you have a couple of beers in you before that, by the time you go out, your wallet opens a little more easily when you're out. You know,
it does
hold sober.
It does, but I got a question for you.
What?
Your wallet opens the easiest the more fucked up you get.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're already showing up there with the fucking buzz, the tips are already flowing.
Yeah, that's the point. Because you want to go have a good time. I don't want to go and be all stuck up and shit because I'm worried about fucking paying my fucking car or whatever. If I know I'm gonna go have a good time, then fuck that. I'm gonna fucking get a couple of drinks in before because I know, you know what, my fucking homie's in town. I haven't seen this dude in a fucking year. I'm gonna go get fucked up. And you know what? If I go out stone cold sober, I might not want to I might not enjoy myself. I might be thinking about all the shit I have going on at home. I'm like, oh fuck, man, is Kennedy walking around in her fucking chonies and fucking somebody got there that I don't fucking know? And I have to fucking kill somebody. I don't fucking know.
Are you going all stone cold Steve Austin?
So, dog, but if I fucking, if I open up a couple of beers and
he's fucking bite it with your teeth and chug it or what?
All right, my bad. I didn't mean to fucking bring you down.
No, you're good.
Let's give away some Covino and Rich fucking tier 2 shit.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's roll.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the after show, but later, Covino and Rich tier 2 giveaway. I hope you guys are ready. If you guys entered for yourself or maybe for a friend, today is the day that you're going to find out if you won. Al Kakui, you want to tell them a little bit about what's included in the Covino and Rich tier 2?
It is tier 2 access. A little behind the velvet rope. Tier 1, you get all the audio, you get the video, just some good quality shit. I don't know what else you want me to say. You need this tier 2. You need the tier 2.
All right, before we get started, Miss Funky Monkey, do you want to count us down or do you have anything to say?
Good luck.
Good luck. All right, and
May the odds be in your favor.
May the odds be in your favor, and Miss Funky Monkey, I'll go ahead and let you count us down. Count us down, and we got this.
3, 2, 1.
There you go. I hope your number gets pulled, whoever you are.
Or your tud.
Mercer. Greg Mercer.
Oh, shit.
Greg Mercer.
Congratulations.
You guys know Greg Mercer. He's been listening fucking forever. So
Ever?
Greg Mercer, Mercer man, Mercer boy, also known as Greg Signs. Congratulations. You won a Covino and Rich tier 2 plus. We know that you're a hardcore listener, but you know what? You can give this to anybody that you think is worthy of Covino and Rich, somebody that you think will listen and like them and love them and potentially subscribe in the future and keep their shit going. So Greg Mercer, Mercer boy, congratulations. Kukui, you wanted to give him any kind words?
Well, don't they call him Mercer D?
Mercer D, I've never heard that. Why?
Mercer D's nuts.
Alrighty, so Greg Mercer, congratulations on that, man. We fucking
congratulations, Mercer.
So we hope you have fun with that shit, and let's get back to our regular. Dog, I said regular.
Sound like Mike 525, bro.
Yeah, coming in at number 1.
Greg Mercer.
You know what though? I don't know if you guys got to catch any of the J Rock and Tommy show, but you know what? I enjoyed it. Let me preface this by saying that I enjoyed it. Did you catch any of it, Miss Funky?
I saw a little bit just before I got on, and it was pretty fun.
It was pretty raunchy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I'm going with this. Doug, okay, I fucking love them, right? And
yes,
this is the thing is that I know we bullshit, and they have said, Covino and Rich have said themselves that we come from a little more hood rat, perspective, but
hood rat Sven.
I don't fucking know. Like, I would love to hear J Rock and Tommy maybe once I was gonna say once a month, but now, dog, maybe once every 6 months, because their shit is raunchy as fuck. And
bring them on every week.
Dark hour, after hours, adult only content.
They need 1 hour a week of that dark hour. We need like 1 hour of J Rock and
I don't know, Doug, because like I love fucking bullshitting and telling smutty stories and shit, but I don't know, Doug. To me, it's just like a little much, and it could be that I was at work and shit, and I was busy, and I was kind of like I don't know. It was a little much for me. So,
well, then I got a question.
All right,
and you might have to cut it out, and feel free to cut it out if you want to. But have you really never not been that nasty?
I have been, but not for fucking 3 straight hours of fucking just right one after another. Where I would like to hear them, but jump from topic to topic or whatever, but I just feel like, I don't want to say it's forced, but I just feel it's a little unnecessary.
Definitely unnecessary. I'll agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. But I mean, you don't have stories like that from your 20s, bro?
Doug, but the thing is, like,
I'm not saying you got to live that life now as a dad. I'm not saying that, but
I don't know. You have to, Doug. I almost called you Jew. I'm like, Jew have to listen. I got real Mexican on you. My bad. But you have to listen. You have to listen for yourself because, Doug, I don't fucking. For me, like I said, I really don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, I like Covino and Rich. I listened to HS for a while. Thanks for that, Miss.
That's a nice shortcut. I like that.
Yeah. The HS with the BS and the FTP, all that. So the thing is that I don't know, Doug. Like, I'm as raunchy as the next person, as the next dude. Believe me, but I don't know if it was just hearing so much of it at one time that it was a bit much. So I'm just saying. Before you go,
and I haven't heard it yet. Not this one. I heard the first one. I loved every second of it, but I haven't heard this one yet. But as soon as we get off the show, I'm gonna listen.
They can probably do a special with Rich since he seems so hell bent on like setting the sexual tones and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but it was I was like, what? What am I hearing?
Well, even with J-Rock, when he was saying last time, like for every one, he got $1,000, I was fucking proud. I don't know. That shit made me smile. I was like, go fucking J-Rock. Like, most people do that for free and are happy and shit. And she's giving you $1,000.
Yeah.
Go Joe J-Rock.
And again, I'm not saying I would. I mean, of course, that'd be dope. Give me that fucking G, right? Make them fucking stacks and shit, right? Stack them fucking them dollar bills or $1,000 bills or whatever the fuck he's getting. But I don't know. You just have to listen, Doug. Listen, give me your feedback. It'll probably be the same though, Doug. You know yourself more than anybody, right?
Yeah, but I even agree with Tommy. Like, my Schween is for my iPhone, bro. It ain't for someone else's iPhone. Remember in the first one he said that?
Yeah.
I'm with him on that.
Yeah, I feel you.
You taking a picture with your ween with your iPhone, bro. I don't even need you to admit it. I just already know. So that's okay. But that's why I felt him on that.
Uh-huh.
So I'm curious. I got to see episode number 2. I got to hear it.
Fuck, Doug. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So, I don't know, Doug. To me, it was just a little much. But I don't know. Fucking, they also released on the Tier 2 Plus fucking Covino snoring, Doug, because his snoring has been kind of crazy. And do you guys remember the story where Jordan actually recorded him?
That's really funny because she was intentionally trying to record herself sleep talking.
Yeah.
And then she picked up a little extra with his snoring.
That's funny as fuck.
Oh, good.
Oh, and you know what? I'm not going to go in too much in depth because it's a boring story, but I got my results from my sleep study back today and I'm basically fucking dying again every night. So,
you what?
I'm dying a gang of times a night.
So that's not good. They don't got a little fucking thing for you or no?
No, Doug, I told you they're going to fucking pull out all my shit out of my throat. They're going to take out my uvula, my fucking tonsils, and they're going to widen the back of my throat and fucking fix my deviated septum and all kinds of shit. So,
but at least they're catching it now instead of later.
Exactly. That's
because my dad's in his 50s and I will not lie. There's times that I would stand outside his door because I would not hear him breathing for like good 5-10 minutes. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't want to open this door because if he's dead, that I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But it's better to catch it now.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And see, for me, I'm just stoked that, I mean, because they had told me that once they pull all that shit out, I'm most likely going to be on a liquid diet. So I was like, fuck yeah. And I get to lose weight. I get to sleep better and fucking go on a liquid diet where it's going to fucking blow, but I'm going to have no choice.
Right.
The fuck, Doug, this is dope. So they're going to get me all taken care of soon. I got another appointment coming up where they can schedule all that bullshit. So I might have to have El Kukui fucking run a couple of episodes on his own. He might have to bring on fucking Miss Funky0nky or Jason in Tampa or Carl Reinhardt. So
I'm down.
Yeah, if that happens, as long as I make it through the surgery,
we'll just put a picture of you in the corner, bro. So you could. We'll get you a cardboard cutout, bro.
Yeah, the cardboard cutout.
Yeah, just send it to me.
All I ask is
you gotta make it look real, though. I've seen some of the pictures with the cutouts. I'm like, are they serious?
That was fucking Elvis.
All that money.
Do you know that Miss Funky0nky that the picture was actually Elvis and they slapped Covino's face on it?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you've ever seen it without the face, it's Elvis being like,
oh my god, that's
and then
so
they
funny.
fucking just threw Covino's face on it.
Cardboard Covino, bro.
Yeah. So I just want you guys to, if I do die during the surgery, just fucking put up a fucking candle like this with a picture of me.
You want the white one or the red one?
I don't give a fuck, dog. I'll be dead. I don't care.
Remember, you know the tall, skinny ones they sell?
Oh yeah, I want the white one.
All right, cool.
Give me the white one. Give me the white one. Yeah, to match my ass.
Do you want the Virgin Mary or Jesus?
Yeah, which one?
I'm fucking Mexican, so you gotta throw the Virgin Mary.
Virgin Mary, I know.
You know?
All right.
So come on, dog. You can't fucking throw fucking, you know.
Don't they got a Guadalupe one too, huh?
Yeah,
they do.
You know what though? The
What?
one that I liked when I was young was the Santo that they had. El Niño de
Oh,
Atocha.
my bad. I thought you were gonna say the one that smelled like what's her name's coochie.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, she got a candle.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Well, yep.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep, she got a candle. I thought that was your favorite, D.
I want to smell that.
Why
I
would an
just
alarm
want
go
to
off right
smell
now?
that and see what it smells like.
Yeah, it's a candle that's supposed to smell like Gwyneth Paltrow's coochie.
Mhm.
Really?
I swear to you, bro.
And I don't want to smell that
No, why not? She thought it was good enough to put it on a candle.
because my girl watches this shit from time to time.
And she sells out of that darn thing too. So
She does.
I want to smell her vagina candle.
Me too. And Daniel, I don't care if your girl hears that either.
Yeah. You can say whatever you want, and I'm sticking to what I said. I said what I said.
All right, fair enough. Then don't go order no farts in a jar. Whatever
Hey,
you do.
you know what, Doug? Real quick, it's so funny
What?
because we were talking about us getting started and shit, and how we always go over the fucking time that we set and shit. And
Yes.
it was so funny because I was watching That's Wild podcast the other day, and
the homies.
they usually like to start at like 8 p.m. Eastern time or some shit, right? But they always start like 30 minutes after, and they go live, right? So people are sitting there waiting. Miss funkym0nky over here with their fucking, her popcorn, just all waiting. And then Doug, and then these fucking dudes are starting later. And so what they said was, they were like, you know what? We need to be like That's Wild or something. They're like later or some shit. And they were like, then fucking Eve throws it out there. He's all like the after show, but later. He's like, they got that shit on lock. And I was like, that's fucking right, Doug, because we know we're not going to be able to do the show right after Covino and Rich, right? Because we got fucking lives and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we might not even get it out on the weekend because you might have to wait till Monday or Tuesday. We don't fucking know. That's why it's the after show. But you know what? It's going to be fucking later. That's why I think it was a genius fucking name, as much as I hate it from time to time.
I like it.
All right. So fucking, I have a question for you guys, and I know my fucking answer, but I'll let you guys answer. And you know what? Since we have the funkiest monkey of them all here, let's go ahead and start with your opinion. So we have Al Pacino, 80 some odd years old, right? Dating a girl that's like 22. Fucking good for him. Is he a creep? Is he all of the above? Let me know how you feel.
Was she of age when they got together?
I believe so.
I mean, I guess good for him. If you got it going on, fucking do it. Like, because I know some
scandalous. Because
I know people that don't have it going on, and shame on them because they shouldn't be messing with little kids. But if they've got it going on, they got the money. They know why these young girls are with them. They're not stupid. They just want to stick it in the hole. And if he's got to throw out some thousands, whatever. But good for him. Fucking live your life. It's going to end soon, so.
But, okay. So is this only because he's Al Pacino? If he was your grandpa or something and he showed up to the family barbecue with the 22-year-old, are you elbowing him saying, good job, grandpa? Or are you like, damn, that's kind of creepy?
I'm like, damn, what's he doing with her?
I mean, that's natural, right?
Yeah,
I think anyone would say that.
If I saw like my great uncle, I'd be like, man, that's kind of gross, but whatever.
For her,
yeah.
For him, he's fucking. He's winning. He's stabbing.
Good for him. Whatever, just handle it. I mean, we're not here
Handle
that long. Just handle it.
No, handle it. Hell yeah. Gotta handle it.
Tell them what I
it.
tell my kids. Handle your business.
Well, and you're right. I totally agree with Funky Monkey because the thing is like as long as there's no weird shit going on and like they're not underage, they're not against their will. Like if they're choosing to be there for whatever reason they choose, that's none of my business. And it ain't none of Al Pacino's business, right? As long as whatever the arrangement and it's working out fair on both sides, man, who am I to judge?
Yeah.
All right.
As long as he's not pulling an R. Kelly, then
Yeah.
sure.
Well, I mean, he could pee if she's legal. I wouldn't care. But if she was a minor, that would be not right.
Oh yeah. So as long as she's legal,
He could pull that R. Kelly. I'd be fine as long as she was legal and consent. But there's no kid shit.
I guess then I'll bring in a fucking a little bit different opinion. Doug, I mean, okay, listen, I've never been 80, so I don't know if I'm gonna find like 20-year-old chicks attractive when I'm 80.
You will.
Have you been 80?
No, but
I'm just saying right now.
But I'm fucking halfway there.
Okay, but I'm just now. Yeah, okay. I to me it's fucking.
I don't think you wake up one day as a dude and you're like gross. I just don't think that shit happens. I mean, if you did, you suffer some trauma along the way. If you're a normal dude and you make it to be 80,
think about it.
Your penis might not work as good as it did when you were 40 or 50, but that don't mean you're not going to still think a woman is beautiful.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, as you get older, your taste kind of matures as well, right?
Does it?
I'm not saying he's looking for some 80-year-old fucking hoe because that's
when I go on Plenty of Fish. I mean, my shit's not. My shit ain't in the 40s when I'm on Plenty of Fish, bro.
Why not even 40 or 50? What's wrong with 40 or 50?
I don't know. I don't. If that's your style, go for it.
40 or 50 when you're fucking 80, Doug. That's like fucking right now at your age, like hooking up with an 18-year-old. You know.
Well, no, because think about it though. An 18-year-old is not mature. No life lessons, no struggles, no career moves, no being turned down for a job, promoted at a job, going through one boyfriend, having kids, separating, figuring out how to raise your kids. No, there's a whole lot of
20 from 18 to 20. All that shit happened.
No, you said 40 or 50. Like a 40-year-old woman, if she's choosing a 40-year-old woman is choosing to be with an 80-year-old dude, he's probably not going to get a whole bunch of bullshit. She's mature enough, most of them in their life at 40 people in general, to limit the bullshit in the games, right? Like that shit happens in like your early to mid 20s, sometimes mid 30s. If you're a fuck up, maybe your 40s, early 40s. But at some point, you start to learn life. So it's like, you know, if you're a 40-year-old dude and you're trying to get with a 20-year-old chick, you're probably going to deal with more shenanigans than if you're an 80-year-old dude getting with a 40 or 50-year-old woman.
Yeah, that's my whole fucking point.
Honestly, though, like
the 20-year-old
girls do get matured a lot sooner than guys do.
For sure.
Because like 20-year-old me, I was pretty mature. I had pretty crappy experiences, but you learn early, and I don't know why we're fucking detectives and we learn shit, and
I'm still
so
not
we don't mess around and stuff. So when we're like 20, 25, we have our situation set pretty much for ourselves. So we're pretty mature by that age. There are exceptions. I'm not going to mention some, but there's exceptions to maturity levels in females. So those are the ones you're going to have problems with. But if they're like in their 20s dating a 40-year-old, it's probably normal because she's pretty mature for her age.
Well, see, for me, like where I grew up, a lot of girls, like including my kid's mom, they get pregnant at like 18 or 19. And by the time the kid's fucking 15, they're like, where'd my life go? And then they want us to go out and fucking party. And then the kid becomes like second fiddle. Like I got custody of my kid when she was 4. You know what I mean? And her mom's a good mom now. And she turned it around, not too long. I mean, maybe, when the kid was like 12 or 13 or whatever. But no, I've seen a lot of that shit where they're like, you know what? I'll be a weekend mom. Or like a one day a week mom, but I've seen a lot of girls get pregnant, and they it wasn't even about even really being mature. It was more of like, I don't know, like I didn't go to none of them high school dances, Sadie Hawkins, fucking whatever, the proms, all that. I didn't go to none of them. Did you guys?
I went to my prom. Fuck yeah, I was like to the window, to the wall.
Why did you have to bring up prom? Ugh.
Did you go?
Oh my God. Okay. I got stood up for my prom, my senior prom. I was working at Baker's. I don't know. It's a fast food chain in SoCal. and I was working. I paid for both our tickets, both our limo rides, bought my dress. It was so nice. He didn't like my dress, so I had to exchange it for a more expensive one.
What a
He ended up
dickhead.
standing me
douchebag.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony Wagner.
Oh
Anyway.
shit! All right, kick your ass. Dude.
Fuck
So
Tony Wagner.
he,
FTW, you know what I'm saying?
Choke on a chicken bone, Tony.
Yeah. Well, he
Wagner.
cheated on me with his ex, who
Then he
they
died.
ended up 9 months later. The evidence popped out. So,
Oh shit!
Yeah. But
Damn.
man, but I ended up going with my best friend Alec. So
Dude,
See, I never.
had fun.
See, and I never went, and I didn't really regret it. I mean, you know,
none of my good friends went. Like, all my friends were like, "Fuck all that corny shit," and I was like,
I was selling weed to everyone before and shit. They were getting, hey, the weed they were smoking at the prom, they bought from my ass.
I
We got it from Kukui.
Yeah, hey, he had that chronic shit.
I've told this story, or actually, me and Johnny both told a story on this episode. It was like episode 7, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I gotta tell you a story. Okay, so some chick fucking asked him to the prom, right? And he didn't want to go with her, right? But he couldn't tell her no. So like he's like, what could I do, right? So Doug, so he's like, I got a genius idea, right? I'll just say that I forgot I had a fucking date already, right? Tell me that's not the weakest fucking excuse of all time.
It is.
So he's like, I'll tell her. And then he's like, oh yeah, don't you know this chick that goes to this other school? And I'm like, yeah, her name's what was her name? Monica. Her name's Monica Garcia, right?
I know Monica Garcia.
And so I was like, her name is Monica Garcia. She goes to Cibola. Say you're going with her. He's like, all right. So then he fucking he like approaches her, right? Like the next day or whatever the fuck it is. And he's like, if you want the story told by Johnny himself, fucking I think it's like episode 7. So he's like, goes up to her and he's like, hey, let's, whatever the fuck her name was. You know, I fucking forgot that I'm already going with Mary Garcia, right? He says Mary Garcia, right? The chick I knew was Monica Garcia. Mary Garcia was real good friends with the chick that had asked him. And she was like, wait, Mary? You mean Mary Garcia? And he was like,
he fucked her up, didn't he?
And he was like, no, not her. She doesn't go to our school.
Oh God.
So what does she do? You don't want to go with me because I'm fat.
Oh God. That's terrible.
Is that why?
Damn. Okay. There was a lot of
That's
reasons.
why, isn't it?
I'll say there was a lot of reasons, right?
She could
Was
have
that
had
on
a
the
big
list?
pimple on her face that never went away.
She there was a lot of reasons. I'll keep it at that.
Was that one on the list?
Was
it highlighted?
I don't know if it was on the reasons why he didn't go with her, but she was a bigger girl. I'll say that. Obnoxious as fuck. I think that was a bigger thing.
But, sure. That's the worst.
But yeah, like fucking. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, that fucking that didn't play out well. Yeah. Oh, Doug, you want to hear something fucking funny?
What is it?
So, Doug, so there's this fucking event, right? And I might have to cut this shit out because I don't know. So we're like thinking, this is the first time we've had it in person since 2019. So what are we gonna do? Are they gonna fist bump? Are they gonna fucking elbow? You know, like when they walk up to like receive the recognition and shit. So I'm having a meeting, right? And they're like, so what are we gonna do? They're like, hey, we figured out. Are we gonna bump elbows? Or are they gonna be fisting?
Fisting?
Doug, they said fisting. Are we gonna be? Are they gonna be fisting? And I thought this is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my whole fucking life. Because they're like, we're gonna fist bump or we're gonna be fisting. I'm like, I sure hope not.
Fist bump, maybe.
Oh my god, Doug, that shit was so fucking funny.
He did a little.
Yeah, I was like,
oh shit.
She said fisting. Oh, and then I don't know, Doug, fisting and facials. Every time I hear those two words, I can't help but fucking laugh. Because somebody earlier this week said facials, and I was like, I busted it out again, dog. Oh my god, fucking fisting and facials, dog. We should call this episode fisting and facials. Maybe we'll get some views.
Yeah, especially if it's at the same time.
Oh fuck. Okay.
A combo punch.
Oh my goodness, dog. Okay. All right. So what else? How long we been going? Okay, we can cut it short pretty soon. Even though all the fucking 30 million times I have to cut out of this shit, but you know what, Funky Monkey? We never got your second half of your answer. Covino actually, was mentioning their show, our show, a bunch of things on Turbo. When you actually listened to them for the first or second time, what got you hooked? Where you said, I'm going to listen to these dudes more than one time?
I'm not gonna lie. I had a crush on Covino.
Oh,
yeah.
But I'm not like
Hello.
certain people that are like, oh, let me make multiple Twitter accounts and stalk you.
Fair friend.
Yeah, Covino.
That's too much. That was like when I was in my 20s. I'm in my 30s, so now I'm just like, hey, let's be cool. But no, it's just really it's just how genuine he is when he's on the show. He's got points, and he doesn't go based on like what is PC. If he knows, like, he's got his morals and stuff, and he knows it's gonna stir some shit up, but it's his point of view. And yeah, like for example, the Muppet Babies fight, like that was very intense. A lot of people
wearing a dress.
Yeah, a lot of people were so PC about it, and like I backed him up because I understood his standpoint. These kids are getting exposed to things that they shouldn't be when they're that young. So it's like his point of view on things is what really like lured me in. And he's always the one laughing. He brings a lot of the laughter. It would go Covino, Spot, and Rich. Like, I love Rich and everything, but he seems like the jock in high school that I got along with, but we weren't friends.
And they're still trying hella hard to be cool.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's hanging in there by a side poof.
I know they were joking a couple of weeks ago how we're like, Rich, oh, what a bitch, right?
Yes.
But it's funny because like I think like in my mind, like I feel like,
spot on.
I feel like Rich is like fucking corny as fuck, right? And that's just me. And I've said in the past, I like a lot of corny shit, but there's just something.
I know a lot of corny dudes that I'm cool with. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is what it is.
But I've mentioned multiple times. I've said something about like Rich is fucking corny or a fucking dork or whatever, and my girl's like, what? Like, I don't think he's fucking corny. She's like, I think he's a fucking asshole and I don't like him. She's like, but I don't think he's corny. And I'm like, I think he's a fucking dork. Like,
but you know what?
Like, I know he can pull way more bitches and shit than me. That ain't the fucking point. But I'm just saying there's just something dorky about him that I feel like he can never shake because it's built into him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and tell me this, like all of us, I'm sure, if we only had $10 to spend on some slides or some flip-flops, we're either going to get the fucking Jesus shoes from the Ramata, or we're going to get something that's not fucking Walmart fall aparts. I'm just saying. He does shit different, a little different.
I got to tell you guys real quick, a quick story about some hood-ass kids that came for a tour of our school and shit, right?
Were they related to that one person?
No, dog, check this shit out. So we had this event where we were gonna have this one particular high school come by, look and shit, get like a little tour of the campus and shit, right?
Right.
So these motherfuckers, right? This girl that I work with, I've known her since 7th grade, right? And she's like, hey, somebody swooped up on my phone, right? And we were like, oh, okay, so it has to be those little fucking high school pieces of shit, right? So we're like, all right, so let's fucking so they started talking to people and they're like, hey, listen, we know you guys fucking swooped up on a phone or whatever. Come on, just fucking get up. Nobody's getting in trouble or nothing. Just fucking
no one tracked it on the Find My iPhones?
I don't know what the fuck happened to her shit. I think they turned off like cellular and shit, or I don't know what the fuck they did to it. But anyway, they're like, all right, we know you guys got the fucking phone, right? So then somebody's like, all right, you fucking caught me, right? And they fucking pull out the phone. It's not even the right fucking phone. They jacked somebody else's phone. So my homie fucking Carter, that's one of the basketball coaches. He's fucking, he's like, oh fuck, I didn't even know my phone was missing.
Oh my God.
Thanks, right? So then fucking they still can't find her phone. And fucking they come over here and they're like, listen, we just got Carter's phone back. They're like, we just came from the welding department and somebody tried to take a fucking tool from welding, right? And
trying to steal tools?
God
they were trying to take
dang.
tools, right? And then
no one's laying pipe in the welding class?
So then fucking there I go, losing my train of thought again. Cool,
Sorry,
fucking
bro.
smart ass comments.
My
So
bad.
then, now I know how my teacher felt in fucking my senior year of high school. My senior year, my math analysis teacher, fucking Mr. Davis. No, it was my physics teacher. He goes, Daniel, why do you always have to have a smart ass remark? Shout out to Mr. Robinson. But see, I lost my train of thought.
That was Mr. Davis.
Mr. Davis is my math analysis. He got mad and he said that this is bullshit one time. And we are like, ooh, Mr. Davis said bullshit, you know. But anyway, fucking.
Any relation to Al?
So Doug, so then, no, so fucking. So then later, right? They're still looking for her phone. So then fucking my homie gets there, right? He's one of the cops that work there on campus. So not security.
Oh, you hang out with the fuzz?
He's an actual Doug. I've known. It's funny because I've known this dude since fucking high school, and he was like one of these gothic metal kids, right? Hair down to here, fucking like the fucking makeup and the fucking thorns through his head and shit.
Oh my
like
God, I
balls.
would have been in love with
Right?
him.
Okay, I'll show you pictures of him later, if it's okay with your husband. But anyway,
My first boyfriend was a vampire.
well now he's basically
real one?
a vampire.
Mm,
So
could be.
this dude gets there, right? Because now he's a fucking cop.
Okay.
So he gets there and he's like, listen, he starts telling these little fuckers, you know, if you guys don't fucking give up this phone, it's gonna be a felony because you're on school property and all this shit. He starts pulling shit out of his ass, right?
Right.
So then this kid fucking reaches into his backpack and he pulls it out of the fucking exact zipper and he's like, oh, somebody must have stuck this in my bag. So we're like, these little fuckers. So now we're like, should we ever invite this fucking school on campus again? Because they're fucking a bunch of little shitheads, right? And the worst part is, Doug, is that it's not even not even one of the alternative schools. This is one of the normal schools, right? And what do you call it? We were worried about that shit when we had the alternative schools come through. We're like, hey, are they gonna fucking jack us and shit? But I don't know if you guys have like, well, I
got a question.
What's up?
How did that many motherfuckers leave their phone out and get caught slipping? Like,
That's
my shit don't
crazy.
leave my pocket.
That's what I'm saying. But I was talking shit to all of them, and every time I did, I was all checking though to make sure I had my shit before I was making my jokes. But it was funny because you know how you guys like if you meet somebody that's like been in prison and shit, they're always like respectful of like elders and ladies and shit, you know. And
Right.
I was telling them, you know, we were all worried about the fucking alternative schools, but those dudes actually like have respect and shit. They're like, hey, listen, I'll fuck up this dude if he talks about me, but I'm not gonna fucking take this dude's phone, or I'm not gonna fucking, you know, like they have their fucking points that they're not gonna cross. And so it was funny because I told my sister, I go, we were all worried about these dudes, and they came here like, I want to thank you for the opportunity, you know.
Yep.
and that's exactly how it was. So yeah, so fucking shout out to all the little pieces of shit that were jacking my homies.
Were they even like a college bound group, or
No,
was it just a
was just
simple
like-
group?
It was just a group. Like they probably were like, hey, we're gonna have a trip to the fucking college or whatever, right? Like half of these kids had like full on fucking like a half a sleeve. So
That's full on hood rat shit
What?
right there.
They must have turned 18 like 2 days ago. Like they had like this one dude walked up to me.
They had a permission slip.
No,
Oh,
this one
God.
dude walked up to me and he had one of those like fucking fuck boy little Bad Bunny haircuts and shit. And he was like, hey, bro. He was like, nice to meet you. Because he came up to my little booth and shit. And I was like, this motherfucker is going to try to steal something. Or this is before I heard that they jacked the phones and shit, right? But I just could, in his demeanor, I was like, this motherfucker. And he had like half a sleeve. And I was like, this motherfucker.
That's the pool guy at Rich's house.
But he was just trying to get some fucking Mexican candy that I had to give out and shit.
Aw.
He was like,
You
hey,
wanted
did you have the
some
De La
candy?
Rosas or
He's
what?
like, hey, bro. He's like, you got that Mexican candy? And I was like, yeah, spin the wheel, fucker.
What's your
and-
favorite one?
Well, I fucking anything with tamarindo.
I barely started liking that shit.
Oh, Doug, but check this shit
I
out.
fucked the
fucking-
spoons up. The
Nah.
spoons?
But those fucking little pieces of shit fucking loved me though, because they came up to my booth, right? and we were supposed to be like, hey, ask us a question about our shit or something you've learned or whatever, right? And then fucking
You tell them about the show?
Because they had to get like a little stamp, right?
Okay.
So I was like, listen, I go, are you here? I go, do you have questions or are you just here for your stamp? Because either way, I don't give a shit. And they go, I'm just here for my stamp. And I was like, okay. And my sister was near me. She's like, brother, like, come on. And I'm like, you saw them fucking take everybody's fucking phone. They don't give a fuck about being here. I'm just trying to fucking let them be on their way. You know, I don't give a fuck. And
Right.
but they were cool that I was being real with them, you know?
Right.
So yeah, but I mean, that's what fucking happened this week on top of all the other shit I have. So yeah, you guys have anything else before we wrap this bitch up?
No.
It was Red John.
I want to hear about Covino's time in Mexico because I'm seeing
Yes.
Jordan's Instagram and it looks like they found a cenote.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
the
mean to
fuck's a
make that
cenote?
sound as. Is that what they called it? Cenote?
Yeah, a
Okay.
cenote.
Cenote. Sorry. I had to tap
I
into
know what
Mexican.
a cerote is. The big ass log of shit.
Cenote.
What's a
Yeah, that's where you.
what's a
It's
cenote?
the under. It's like an underground lake.
Cenote.
Yeah, bro. It's underground. It's a
Underground
pool.
lake.
Yeah,
like
a-
an underground cave.
Mhm.
You go down and you probably have to like shimmy through a fucking little tiny
Ooh,
hole.
fuck that shit. My fucking ass will get stuck over there.
No, they're not all. That some are like that, yes, but not all. I went to one. I think cause I think he said he was going to the Chichen Itza, and I
He's gonna eat
stopped
some
at
pizza.
maybe they're gonna be doing rooster calls and shit. When I went, they were doing like they were doing fucking calls and shit, and like
Fucking cockfights.
it was wide open too. Motherfuckers were just running up trying to sell shit. Like, you know, normally in TJ or wherever you go, like the towns, they're lined up and it's wide open and people everywhere and shit. But you go to Chichen Itza on the tour bus, dude, and it's not like that.
Doug,
But
I gotta tell you a quick story about the fucking calls and shit, right? You know how you're like, go. So, Doug, I have some family that may have done some shit in their lives that they're not proud of. Well, fucking, I remember one time they couldn't stop laughing because they had these whistles and shit that meant like, hey,
turd whistle?
I'm one of the homies, right? So they would do their little fucking like whatever, the little fucking Mexican whistle but they would do it. They had their special one for their homies, right?
What was
So
it?
when they would come by, they would one of those shits, right?
Yeah.
So I remember one of my relatives telling me, like, Danny, could you believe this shit? The fucking cops are trying to do our fucking whistling shit. And I was like, for real? They're like, yeah, they're fucking trying to learn it, but it's all fucked up. Like, we know it's not them. And I was like, it's so fucking funny because the cops are like, oh, we're going to get them, you know, and they're going to be right there with their guns and shit, like, cuckoo, you know, or whatever the fuck.
Great.
Caca, caca.
Yeah.
Pájaro.
That's so fucking funny though. Like, I don't know, Doug, but shit's crazy though, Doug. But fuck
Yeah, but hopefully they have fun. I mean,
Yeah.
Chichen Itza's dope. You know, I think they stopped when I went. They stopped at a cenote, and you actually could walk down this little path, and it kind of led down to it. I think I got a picture of it, but I don't know if we have time to share it here. But yeah, fucking. So we did the cenote thing. That shit's cool. But I'm always scared someone's gonna pee in it, so I didn't get. You know, there ain't like there's chlorine in that motherfucker.
As
And
long
it's
as you don't invite fucking Shannon, I think you guys will be all right.
well, she might have went, bro.
God.
Yeah, can't piss this.
Yeah, that was gross.
You're either
Don't you
gonna get a mouth of whale sperm or Shannon's pissed.
Oh,
Uh,
I don't
well, I
want
don't
either.
know. Kukui wants to smell fucking Gwyneth Paltrow snacks.
Oh
so.
God.
But I don't mean I want to suck on whale piss.
Oh, that's fucking scandalous. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think if there's anything that we missed. You know what? Do you guys want to give say what's up to any people? Anybody shout outs, anything?
Funky Monkey, you want to do the honors?
Oh man.
Carl. Oh.
I've been on I'm Key's Twitch a lot lately.
Mhm.
I'll watch his stream all the time. Whenever
Watch his stream. Speaking of piss,
Oh my
I
God.
watch his stream.
Not that kind of stream.
Oh, okay. You confused me. I don't know what they do on Twitch. I'm not on there too much. So you're like, oh, speaking of Chichen Itza and fucking streams, I've been
Stream.
watching fucking I'm Key. So shout out to I'm Key too, because Doug, he's one of the people that comments like on almost every video on YouTube. So shout out to him. And it's not like,
Hell yeah.
hey bro, great content. It's actual fucking questions and shit about the
I
show.
like when he causes shit in the chat. Like if whenever I catch the live, I'll be like, oh fuck, what's he saying?
Oh fuck.
Like, oh
instigator.
God.
That's how I know the funky monkey can be a little hood. She dropped the oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
You only learned the oh fuck in the hood, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck.
Look it.
Hey, you know who's the king of the oh fuck? Fucking
Who?
Covino. He's the instigator. Oh, he called your mom fucking fat. You know,
Oh, yeah, he likes to instigate.
he
That's
loves
great,
to
though.
fucking instigate.
He does, and then he'll sit quiet, like just to watch it happen.
He starts the fire and then he just watches it.
Well, with Rich,
watch it burn.
You just got to get Rich a little fired up. Once you get Rich past a certain line, you can just get your popcorn because the show's on.
You know what? I need to, since we shouted out I'm Key, and I talked about the comments. He actually asked us a question the other day, Kukui, and he said, out of the two of you, who's Covino and who's Rich? I'll tell you what I said because I have already said it on the comments, so it's not like I'm fucking changing my shit. I'll let you go ahead and fucking and take the fucking mic for a minute, El Kukui.
Well, if I'm gonna be correct and politically correct,
hey, and I'm not gonna be fucking offended if you say I'm a fucking dork. So I mean, so go ahead, say your real opinion.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'll say this though, because we both see more eye to eye with Covino. I would say fucking we're both more like Covino.
I agree, but I hate when people fucking take the stance of if I had a fucking suck a dick or take it in the ass, I would do neither.
Well, how about you go back for the last 55 videos and do a tally of how many times we agree with Rich versus how many we agree with Covino?
I agree, but you know what? I will say, as much as I do lean more Covino, I'm definitely the fucking Rich of the group. When it comes to like, dog, like the fucking pop music and shit and the references, like there's so much shit, dog, that El Kukui is way too fucking corny for El Kukui. He wouldn't be caught dead fucking listening to some of the country music and pop music and shit,
But I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that it's too corny for me, and I wouldn't say that I wouldn't be caught dead. I just have never really been exposed to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not too good for it or no shit like that. I don't know. We weren't playing that, and I didn't really have a lot of buddies that were, so I just wasn't really ever around it other than like when you rode the school bus until 8th grade. But after that, I was getting rides to school and shit. So I don't know. I think more of that shit, remember the Tiffany shit? I think we're alone now or whatever her fucking song was. But I was like 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like all the kids were singing it.
House.
What's that?
That song reminds me of Full House because they're singing it. And then
I can get down to some sitcom jams.
They're going like this. I think we're alone now. And then Danny gets home and they don't know. Shout out to Bob Saget. And they're like, doesn't seem. And then Joey's like, I think we're alone now. And the girls stop and like this. And Danny's right there.
Man, that show messed me up as a kid.
Why?
Because I used to think like because their dad was like on that news show. Yeah. So they would always be like, oh, I pulled some strings and we're going to go dance on stage with the Beach Boys during a concert and bullshit like that. So I remember writing like Christmas lists when I was a kid, be like, oh, I want to meet Hanson or I want to meet Elijah Wood or something, thinking, daddy's going to pull some strings and I can meet these famous people. Like, damn it. And then I never saw them on Christmas Day. So I was like, oh, I guess not.
I could see that. Thank God I didn't know anybody that worked anywhere close to any of that shit.
Man, we were Mexican living on the east side, Riverside.
There you go.
We used to live in this corner house and the fucking gang members would hide under our house and we wouldn't be allowed to go inside because the cops have the damn place cornered trying to get them out.
That's Cali shit.
God. Our cousins even jacked from us too. We heard one time our cousin was he jacked our swamp cooler, carting it down the fucking sidewalk in a basket.
I have a cousin that's deaf that used to jack from us.
Oh my God. We got some scandalous people in our family.
Fucking uncle, Doug. My fucking uncle tried to jack my drill right in front of me. Doug, right in front of me. It was a fucking like greenish fucking Ryobi drill, right? It was fucking, the drill's like $40. And this motherfucker, he was a crackhead. I just fucking throw it out there. But I was just like, come on, you're a crackhead, but you're still my fucking uncle. And he was like, oh, he's fucking deaf too. So he was like, oh, it's yours? And I was like, yeah, motherfucker. I was like, no fucking shit.
Oh, you know the language or what?
A little bit, dog. Old shit. Fucking.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. You didn't know, huh? I'm sorry. Fucking. Yeah. Know my whole alphabet, dog. Fucking.
You
But
should
yeah.
have said
So I
sorry
was
like Mike 525 at least.
like, hey, Doug, I'm not bilingual because I don't know Spanish really well, and I don't know sign language very well, but I know a little bit of both. So am I officially, rather than trilingual? Could I say bilingual because I know half of this and half of this?
I'm all right. I'm not gonna
Count
judge
those
you for
might
it.
two
qualify.
halves, right? Half of Spanish, half of sign language counts as one, and then my English is fucking top notch. I mean, you guys get this shit, right?
Well, you got Signish?
Yeah,
You know Signish, bro.
But yeah, no, it's fucking funny though, Doug. Like, just because like a lot of my family, I keep saying funky. Let us know if you got to bounce because we always go way longer than we should. But
It's a good habit.
but it's crazy. I never realized how much like sign language we do within like even my immediate family. And because of like we have so many family members that are deaf and they only sign, a majority of them live in LA.
Oh, you have multiple in your family?
A gang of people in my family. My family
wow.
actually has like really sensitive hearing. So a lot of them, like maybe 2 or 3 of my grandma's siblings are deaf, and then some of their kids are deaf. So I got cousins and shit that are deaf, and so yeah, so a lot of fucking people in my family. And it's just funny though because I don't realize until like I'm talking to my mom, but we're trying to kind of beat on the DL. We're like, hey, is she mad? Like, like if you're mad or whatever. And then other people, like I think I realized it with my girl when she was like, the fuck are you guys saying? And I'm like, bitch, didn't you fucking know? Don't you know this shit? But I guess it's just kind of second nature because we grew up with it.
Right.
So yeah, it took 125 episodes for El Cacuy to realize that I know a little bit of sign language.
I know a little bit.
That's cool though. My cousin, she went to school and stuff for sign language. She works at Disneyland, and she's got her little ASL tag on her thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, man, I tried to do the baby sign language and I couldn't do it. I was like,
Hey, next time you see her, swap out her ASL for a TAB or S or whatever the fuck, whatever our initials are.
I know, like thumbs up and
TAB.
I know hang loose and thumbs up and and thumbs down and the middle finger, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Double thumbs up.
Yeah.
What's the hang loose? Shaka.
What about this one? This is the most common one.
I bet it is.
Do you know what this is?
And turn that fucker sideways.
Cain Velasquez gave this to his family when he fucking saw them for the first time.
Well, someone gave it to someone else and they turned it sideways.
Yeah, see, you go, I love you, or the fucking rock horns.
Oh, that's great.
But anyway, Doug, you know what? We could go on forever, but we could. We'll fucking get together next week. So I really want to thank. Oh, you know what? Real quick, I asked you guys about shout outs. I didn't give any of my fucking own. I gotta say what's up to fucking the homie Green Optimus and his fucking cousin Cameron, because Cameron, I was fucking
the rapper.
That's Cameron, homie. So
okay,
Cameron, shout out to Cameron, shout out to El Cacuy. Yeah, shout out to this dude. I wasn't even trying to see what you fucking do to me, Doug. That's my fucking okay. So shout out to Cameron, shout out to Green Optimus, shout out to the fucking his son Jackson. He's the little homie. Fucking Joey in Texas. He always hits me up with shit, and his fucking daughter, he calls her his chula bean. So shout out to her. All of his kids, he's got like 12 of them. He's fucking Mexican. I could say that because I know a Mexican.
How many DMs?
Yeah. So anyway, fucking, I gotta say what's up to all those people. To my homie Kevin, that I fucking didn't realize was in the podcast and shit. Shout out to him. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We could wrap this shit up. I have fucking a few days to edit this shit and make it sound somewhat listenable.
Well, shout out to Stickman, everybody else, Brendan B. Riles, fucking Buck Tipton, Bobby Tipton, Columbo. What up?
Key and
Preston, shout out to Preston.
Michael Miggs.
Are you guys ever gonna get your beer?
I don't know. You gotta ask that dude.
Who else?
I heard the last shout out.
Who else do you see, Funky Monkey, in the chat that you agree with or you disagree with? It doesn't all have to be agreeing. You could disagree with people.
Yeah, who gets on your damn nerves?
Who gets under the skin?
There's like I feel like a bully because But
It's all right. There's no bully-free zone here. You can just go for it.
Covino's stalker. I like to poke fun at him about it.
I'm a gym guy, and lately I've been going to the gym and the sauna. So when I go to Jim
Charlotte?
Carrey a lot, and and once in a while I'll wear the same sweater twice.
Ramsey?
And yeah, Ramsey, I seen him there a couple times. But even like after the second time, I start smelling my sweater and like
Magnesium?
it's not bad enough
That's my favorite one.
for Jim Carrey to get pissed off, but it's bad enough where I'll smell it. And I just don't, I mean, I don't know.
If I even feel gross, I'll need to take a shower because that's...
Dog, I showered this morning before work, and I need to shower fucking right now.
He was saying that she goes down on him after he does
yoga and shit.
That's fucking gross.
God, I'm just like, if you need to shower before I put my
I'm a nasty son of a bitch. I'm not gonna say I'm not, but if there's a foul ass odor before we get started, I'm not.
No.
That's a no. That's a
and
no.
after.
Well, because then it just gets worse.
God.
That's the thing about intercourse. Like, if that shit's foul before you start,
or even outer course,
that outer course,
or even
that's
your
when
second course,
foreplay. But
what's
still,
your favorite course? Appetizers, dessert. Come on, Uncle Kui.
Outer course.
Outer course.
That's when you just handle your own business, bro. That's when you go to the massage parlor and you tell yourself you're not cheating by jerking off. You're having outer course.
Well, that's what Tommy just mentioned.
That's what Tommy was talking about.
Tommy mentioned that. He said he got his first ever fucking
happy ending.
First ever happy ending. Yeah.
Good for him.
And and then he was asking if it's cheating because I guess he's got a girl. And Rich was asking.
Let's get into that. We can get into that. There's multiple sides.
I gotta go fucking make sure Kennedy gets to bed and shit.
She probably can't touch him in a sexual way for sure, or is cheating. I don't know. I can't judge him. He can do what he wants.
Touch him in a sexual way. What do you call it?
Bro, I don't care.
Him off, dog.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
jerking him off, but it's not sexual.
I don't know. Have you never known anyone that went as a dude in a that's the gray line, right? Or the gray area. Like what if he's just jerking himself off?
I mean that's still scandalous. Dog.
What if he steps back? I agree, but that's what I'm asking. That's the gray area. So what if he goes in there, right? And he's like, I can't let you physically touch me. You can't blow me. You can't jerk me off because technically that's cheating. But if you handle your business and I can watch you handle your business and I stand over here and handle my business, is it cheating?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Really?
Because it's like watching porn.
I mean,
it would be like if you're watching it happen, that's like porn. And then if you're finishing yourself off, that's not.
It's like you're in the metaverse.
But if it becomes too much of a habit, then there might be a problem.
No, what do you call it? It's
a good rule to live by.
Fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like exaggerated masturbation or some shit. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I'm just learning English, so.
Because even like I think in the situation that I agree with Crystal, unless there's like an
Mike the situation,
Sorrentino, and I think he would agree too. I think the situation would also agree that now if she's touching him and she's making him do his thing and like they're getting intimate, maybe that's different. But I don't know, man. I don't know. So go Tudmaster.
Yeah, if it happens once or twice, it's like forgivable, but if it starts to become a habit, then there might be a problem.
Twice, you're playing with yourself. That's basically what you're
but
saying.
But yeah,
right?
I mean, if he's just watching and you touch yourself, then...
I love you.
We rest in peace did Red Johnson today. He quit, so today was his last day. We got him a cake.
We rest in peace.
Yeah, bro. He's R.I.P. Red Johnson.
Oh fuck! All right.
We bought him a cake and shit. 421 is RJ Day.
Oh, Red Johnson.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? I want to thank the monkey again, the funkiest of all the monkeys.
Thank you.
The third goodbye we've had. Honestly, if I could, and I knew, if it was the weekend, we would record for fucking ever, and I would just release them on weeks we don't want to release shit. But unfortunately, shut the fuck up. I would, Doug. Fuck you, Doug. Oh, I gotta drop my fucking.
Sorry, Rich.
I say dog too much, and I gotta drop that shit because Kennedy's starting to call me dog.
I know. We were playing
in the restroom. And I was like, Kennedy. She's like, "What's up, dog?" And I go, "Are you almost done?" She's dropping it, fucking like it's cool. So
you didn't give her a little arf. when she did it?
Nah, that was supposed to be your thing. Every time I drop a dog, you're supposed to bark. Remember?
We have a guest today, so I didn't want to.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate it, Funky. We will
Yes.
see you on social media. I can't wait to promote this shit because we had a fucking hella good time.
Oh yeah.
And it's always as much as we've interacted and shit online, I always get a little nervous. Like, fuck, like, you know, once we get there, is it gonna be awkward and shit? I don't think it was. I thought we had a good ass time. So I appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here on this lovely Sunday night.
Much better than the shout outs too, because I know that, you know, we give you many shout outs on our show, but actually having you was something different. So thank you for joining us. That was dope.
Woo.
We appreciate it. And
One quick shout out to
What's
Dusty Hanson is a very good sculptor, and he makes these coffee mugs.
Dusty Hanson?
Dusty Hanson.
Is he related to Chris or the Hanson brothers?
He's cooler, so I don't know.
I'm gonna check him out right now. But does he sell candles too?
I don't know.
I have a quick question for the Funky, for the monkiest, the funkiest.
Speedball art?
When you said you wanted to meet Hanson when you were a kid, do you know the song If Only?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you say like I'm fucking dumb.
Yes.
Of course. If Only. Come on now. Of course. We all know it's their third album when they're a little bit older.
Who doesn't?
Taylor had that shoulder length hair. I mean,
It's
come on,
number
man.
You know who does-
4.
You guys know who doesn't. You guys know who doesn't.
Hey, If Only is a good fucking song, all right?
Wouldn't know. I'm not here to argue, pal.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have it stuck in my head.
It's a good song to suck.
I
Can
love
we hear it? Play it.
It's better than bop, dicka bop.
Hey,
bop,
I
bop.
love bop.
The fuck is Bop? What is that, dude? What do you keep saying?
That song bop.
I never heard it.
Have you ever seen The Hangover where he's driving down the highway with a giraffe and the giraffe's head gets
Yes.
knocked off? That's
Yes.
bop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still don't
I think that I must have heard that.
Oh, I still don't fucking know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like, oh yeah. Go fucking
No, I heard that song because I seen that movie.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I
you know,
have seen that movie.
I have.
Yeah, I know what a
I'll
giraffe
pay a
is.
little more attention next time. But I'm
I've
sorry.
been to the zoo. Thank you.
I like giraffes. Giraffes are cool.
They can't go under the bridges, okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Don't put one in your car. Not a good idea.
Yeah, wash your ass.
Yeah, Spot.
Oh.
That was their breakout song.
There
No,
was a song
do you
by
remember?
a band
Yeah.
called Soul Decision.
Don't you think it's time we went a bit further? Oh yeah.
Good night when you say good night. All right.
I never even heard them on Radio Disney.
They weren't on Radio Disney. They were on TRL, man. Shout out to Carson Daly.
Oh man. Man, we used to get in trouble for watching TRL.
Really? I
Yeah.
remember the first song I ever saw on TRL was NSYNC, God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You.
I took that song to our 6th grade dance in hopes to dance with the cute guy, and
Yeah.
they played the song at the dance, and I was like looking for him, like, oh, we're gonna dance. He was dancing with some other chick.
Like
I'm
Keanu. Oh, where is he?
God.
You were moving your hair from left to right. What was his name? Was it Brad?
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew. Where are
Andrew
you?
Saldana.
Oh, Andrew Saldana. Oh,
He was
goodness.
dancing with a girl named Eunice. Like,
Fuck her. And fuck Tony Wagner. That's all I gotta say about this episode. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck them.
Let's
Bring them
go.
in.
Baseline
Let's rock.
trade. Let's get out this motherfucker.
It's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul. Grab a spliff and start burning.